here's just another example of how the liberals are teamed up with Satanists. A bunch of Satanists and gays and atheists teamed up together to try to, quote unquote, play out the Bible thumper, however these cowards would say it. Okay? So, and they try to make it seem like I'm an idiot, but I beat, 4 or 5 of them at the same time. Goes back to what I say. They can't see me with the gloves. They can't debate me. Their worldview is inferior. Their philosophies are inferior. And they are inferior when it comes to body. And obviously they're a bunch of soulless spiritual bottom feeders. So they're inferior mind, body, and soul. But their argument is that they're superior. Now watch. Okay, it says, this guy says, you're an idiot. I'm surprised you even figured out your electronic talkie box to post. Just a fucking dumbass. Okay, so this guy, I said, are you an atheist? I would love to debate you on that on Google Hangouts for my viewers. None of these Satanists want to do that. Okay? It's like they concede that I am more intelligent and perceptive than they are. This guy says, the idea of being a strong individual and helping yourself, equal rights, and a lot of other stuff. Those are the things he says he agrees with Satanists about. So I say, so you agree with being selfish and preaching equal rights when men and women are different? This so-called equal rights idea leads to the breakup of the family because someone has to care for the kids. 80% of prisoners come from a single-parent home. Satanism means lying, selfishness, materialism, and the destruction of the family. So you are falling for their trickery. I believe that's his, yep, he goes silent, so 1 down. Next one comes up, he says, your so-called morality is just outdated thinking perpetuated by childish fantasies. You can't even spell correctly. Also, I am not religious, but if you actually read the Bible, it is clear that Satan freed Adam and Eve from living like imprisoned slaves. It doesn't surprise me that you favor mob mentality over knowledge. The irony of the people who side with the New World Order that subtly influence the mob mentality, saying that I value that over knowledge. Remember what I said about moral relativism? This guy says my morality is outdated thinking. So he believes in Satanism and moral relativism, okay, meaning that morality is relative to the time period. And he also uses Satan as an idea. Okay, he's an atheistic Satanist from his, if he's telling the truth about what he's saying, that's actually what he believes. Either way, playing stupid is just as stupid as being stupid because you are attempting to perpetuate satanic ideas. Anyway, so this person sees Satan as an idol, okay? Let me go back for 1 second before, I don't want you to miss this, what happened earlier. It says, this guy says, and hey, nothing's wrong with most Satanists. One can argue Christianity beliefs are more immoral and sinister. That's important. Okay, I come across these people all the time, and they're almost always liberals. And I'm not saying conservatives are perfect, but liberals tend to be openly satanic, and they know damn well that Satanism binds their major philosophies: feminism, LGBT philosophies, atheism, and their eugenics, mental health philosophies. So moving on, I'm going to address them in a second because, I didn't see these. I basically address these as soon as I read them. I'm watching a movie right now on Amazon. Okay, I'm going to show you the top real quick. Hunger Games, right? So as soon as I see them, I answer them and I destroy them real fast. This next guy goes on to show me what materialism means. Ironically, he has proven my point, but he just doesn't realize that. This is a tendency to consider material possessions and physical comfort as more important than spiritual values. Exactly, this guy, he thinks that, you're basically describing this guy right here, and he's an atheistic Satanist, Philosophy, the doctrine that nothing exists except matter and its movements and modifications. Exactly. Okay, atheism is that, atheism is fucking materialism. It is Satanism. Moving on. I say, then debate me on Google Hangouts. This is the next one. I say, look, if you're so right and I'm so dumb, let's get on record. I'll post it on my channel, and we'll let the viewers decide. Remember the last time I did that with an atheistic Satanist? I destroyed her. I was even right about what she had on her profile, and she was wrong. I mean, I completely destroyed her. And these cowards have learned from their mistake for once. Anyway, it says, then debate me on Google Hangouts. recorded. Why can't any of you liberal cowards who favor Satanism over the word ever debate me and win? You always try cheap, trickster, lying tactics instead of letting the masses judge for themselves. The reason is obvious. The darkness cannot stand up to the light. Anyone who hides behind social norms in a multicultural society is not very smart. I'm sure we can all agree on that. AKA grammar means nothing. I'm sure we can all agree on that. How many foreigners speak broken English? How many poor people speak broken English? To hide behind grammar and to ignore the truth in one's words makes you an idiot. An inability to perceive correctly what one is trying to say makes you an idiot. That has to do with perception and insight. And I move on. He says, let's do it here. Another coward turns down the offer to debate. Your beliefs are completely based on an old book written by some random people who didn't know a damn thing about the world around them. There is zero evidence that is any more divine than a Harry Potter novel debate over. Okay? Watch this. I'd crush this guy. Now look at the time right now. It's 4:52, okay? So 20 minutes, he went silent. Watch me destroy him. Only in your head it is over. The wisest and the most righteous people in history were Christians. Atheists, though few in the number, or, I really meant to say few in number, are the biggest killers in history. Mao and Stalin debate over. Silenced. Afraid to debate me. He wanted to do it here. Okay, remember, he said, let's do it here, which means, obviously, he's going to wait for my response. Let's do it here means, you know what? Let's discuss this right here. Okay, then why are you silent for 1 minutes now, you fucking pussy? Okay, and I say, oh, and since you sissies want to hide behind social norms, let's do it from your perspective then. One nation under God, not Satan and not without God. If you do not like it, leave. How do you like that, you sissies hiding behind grammar like the cowards you are? What it means to be American is to believe in a higher being. God, ever heard God bless America? You have the freedom of religion, yes. But the laws are meant to reflect the morality in the Bible. So all you cowards who say, if you don't like it here, leave, and you're Satanists and you're atheists, that is the funniest irony of all. A bunch of communists telling me if I don't like it, I should leave. No, motherfucker. If you don't like the morality in the Bible, you should fucking leave. Okay? We are almost 3/4 Christians in America. If you don't like it, motherfucker, leave. Don't try to trick us. Don't try to team up with a bunch of crony capitalist bankers and fucking sneak around and have your way. You motherfucker, this is a democracy. And you want to say, oh, we want a liberal democracy. Then put the democracy in democracy and shut the fuck up. Christian morality rules this nation if there is a true democracy. And if you don't like it, go to fucking North Korea, you atheistic, communist, fucking satanic dog. You materialistic trash bag. Questions? You see how I own these motherfuckers? I own these bitches super fast. As soon as I read it, I'm typing so fast, I'm not even checking my grammar. Just boom, pumping it out right away. As soon as I see what he's got to say, look at the thing. 4:33 p.m. Okay? And I didn't get his comment exactly when he made it. As soon as I see what they have to say, brrr, boom, owned, fucking owned, neutralized, nullified, fucking defeated. You pussies. Okay, when I say, so help me God, when I say they cannot debate me, they cannot beat me in a debate. They cannot beat me in the fucking ring, and I am closer to God. I promise you. Mind, body, and soul, they are inferior. Dear fellow men of honor, as I speak to you, I'm being cyber attacked. That's why I put the original part first, so you can hear that clip where I'm under heavy cyber attacks. After I said that, magically, it stopped. I'll tell you right now, I'm suspicious, though I do not know for sure, that I'm being watched and that they ordered the cyber attacks to cease because I brought it up. All right. Now I think in that post, I posted about a lot of groups of people. And magically in the comments, right away, Satanists were some of the major people who wanted to debate me right away. Of all the groups. Why is that? And, everyone there in the comments seemed to be either a Satanist or someone who had a favorable opinion of Satanism, who thought it was superior to Christianity. My original target was liberals, and magically all these Satanists and all the spiritual bottom feeders start commenting real fast. Not a single person stood up for me and said, you know what, you're right. And that shows you how I am constantly under siege. Everything from little petty trolls that, don't really do much harm. They actually help me out by showing you how stupid the opposition view is. To extremely, disruptive tactics, such as covert drugging. In the next clip, by the way, I'm going to allow myself to get angry because I'm talking about being a warrior. I talk about mind, body, and soul and how they can't beat me in the ring. And remember, I said that's when I'm allowed to get angry. So to give you the heads up, I'm going to raise my voice at the end of this video. At the end of the last clip of this video. You see, Satanists are everywhere. I've proven that. Their philosophy is inferior. I've proven that as well. If most people knew what was going on, they wouldn't be very happy, but things wouldn't necessarily change. Because a lot of people are conformists, they're cowards. There's a lot of indifference, there's a lot of greed and fear. And I'm not the only one who notices that. So it is the decline of morality that has created the decline of courage. What is courage? What is bravery? See, courage and bravery aren't something that comes as a result of a complex. Courage and bravery, these are ideas of purity, of moral purity, if you truly think about it. What makes someone courageous? Is somebody who, jumps into the ocean to save a treasure chest of gold courageous? No, they are stupid, okay? Because they're going after their money, It's only courageous when it's noble. It's only brave when it's noble. Other than that, it is stupid. I'm sure we can all agree on that. So now let's think about this. Where does the lack of courage come from if not the decline of morality? Because if you don't have the morals to be noble, to be righteous, then you will not be courageous. So the control freaks who want to suppress revolutionary ideas and courage attack morality. So if people all saw things the way I do, it would change if they saw it exactly how I do. But if they were aware of a lot of what I'm talking about without the moral will, without the moral courage, then things would still continue. So one of the biggest enemies, of mankind is the lack of morality, and the attack on morality. And these people do not have the logic to back it up. So you got to ask yourselves, if these key people cannot beat me in a debate, well then why are they clinging on to these ideas so in such a convicted, fervent manner? Why? Why are they, immoral zealots, non-religious zealots, atheistic zealots? Why are they such extremists when it comes to conformity? Conformity doesn't necessarily mean to conforming to the ideas of the masses. Conformity means conforming to the expectations of the ruling class. And a lot of people do not make that distinction. And that is a huge, huge problem. So one of the greatest services one can do for humanity is to address these major problems that face us. Almost all major problems are related to these ones. The decline of morality, the attack on morality, the lack of courage. If we are going to be one, if you really want to be what America is supposed to be, then you have to believe in God and you have to have moral courage. You have to be a nonconformist. Because America as an idea wasn't the idea that a ruling class sets social norms and forces people to do things their way. It's the idea that we have the courage to believe in God, to believe in a higher cause, and to stand for these higher principles, and to allow for dissent to exist as long as the dissenters do not interfere with the morality that this country was built on, that this idea of America was built on. So it's funny how these oppressors will accuse me of being un-American. And I'm not proud to be American because of what what America has become. But they are far more un-American than I could ever dream of. And the fact that many of you are waving flags and supporting these un-American, ignominious cowards, these rich ninnies, is absolutely reprehensible. So, ask yourselves, why do you allow these cowards who cannot even debate me? They're scared to go on record and to have their voice be known, for the chance that their friends might hear their cowardice, for the chance that one day things might turn around and they'll go down in history as the cowards who sided with the satanic dogs in charge. So they do not want to be on record. They don't want to be that guy who was dead wrong. If the tables ever turn around, cowardice, conformity. What are the traits of these cowards? It's right there on my wall. Selfishness, shallowness, materialism, conformity, cowardice, evilness, and lies. And in the next clip, you will see about 3, 4, or 5, Satanists and their allies, displaying all these traits. They're wrong. They are afraid to debate me. They are evil. They live a lie. They are liars. They are materialistic, conformist weaklings. They are cowards. Because what it means to be courageous. If you don't get anything else from this video, my friends, I pray that you understand the difference between a fucking satanic dog or a serial killer, killing somebody, risking their freedom and their life, and somebody fucking risking their life to save a child. There's a difference between someone who's, has a complex, acting in a bold way, risking things, taking risks. There's a difference between taking risks and being brave or courageous. They are cowards. And even cowards, when backed into a fucking corner, will fucking try to fight back. When there's nowhere to run or hide. That means nothing. Cowards with complexes will take risks, okay? Because they're insecure. Insecurity can lead to risk-taking. That doesn't mean they're brave. The opposition view are a bunch of weaklings, cowards, inferior forms of life based on their inferior philosophies. Cowards. Cowards. Cowards.